Hello and welcome everyone to the world of Semstar online classes. I am Shubham Chopra, social science teacher. Students, I'm again back with your first chapter of history, that is the French Revolution. So students, in the previous video we have studied that how the members of the Jacobin Club under the leadership of Maximilian Robespierre insurrected a number of Parisians who were angered by the short supplies of the high prices of food. Then they finally stormed into the palace of the kings and kept king and queen as hostage. Then later on, they were found convicted by the National Assembly, and then elections were held. And how, for the first time in the history of France, a democratic government was formed known as convention under the leadership of Maximilian Robespierre. So student, today in this video we are going to read about the Robespierre's state policy and his reign of terror. So let's start with his state policy. Robespierre's government issues laws placing a maximum ceiling on wages and prices. So, student, this government was supported largely by the people of the third state. That means people who were basically poor and belonging to the lowest tier of the third state. That is the peasants, the farmers, the shoemakers, the people working at bakery. So these were the people who supported Robespierre to become their leader. So this government, first of all, they put a ceiling. That means they stopped the increase in prices of the commodities, and he also increased the wages for the common public. Then meat and bread was rationed. That means meat and bread was also available now at the minimum support prices issued by the government. Peasants were forced to transport their grain to the cities and sell it at the price fixed by the government. So government fixed the price of the food grains as well, so that there should be no inflation or no rise in the prices of the essential food grains. The use of more expensive white flour was forbidden. All citizens were required to eat the equality bread, a loaf made of whole wheat, that means a coarse wheat. Equality was also sought to be practiced through forms of speech and address. Instead of the traditional monsieur, that is the sir and madame, all French men and women were henceforth to be called as citoyen or citoyenne, that means a citizen, and churches were shut down and their buildings were converted into barracks or offices. Now, why all the churches were shut down? Because churches were the symbol of the aristocracy. That means the churches belong to the first state, that is the clergy, men or the people belonging to the or the religious people belonging to the church. So that is why all the churches were shut down and they were converted into barracks or offices. Now, these were the Robespierre state policy. Now, we are going to read about his reign of terror. Why his reign is considered as a reign of terror. This is what we are going to study. Now, the period from 1793 to 1794 is referred to as the reign of terror. Robespierre followed a policy of severe control and punishment. All those whom he saw as being enemies of the Republic, examples nobles and clergy, members of other political parties, or even members of his own party who did not agree with his method. So Robespierre was a relentless, or you can say a cruel ruler who don't believe in any kind of disparity, who don't believe in any kind of kindness or forgiveness. So he used to punish each and every person, whether belonging to the nobility or the clergy or the members of the other political parties or even member of his own party who did not agree with his method. He used to put them behind the bars and then finally imprisoned and then tried by a revolutionary tribunal. Tribunal means court, where if they found convicted, then they were supposed to be guillotined. Guillotine means they were supposed to be given death sentence. I'll tell you what this is later on. If the court found them guilty, they were guillotined. Now, what was guillotined? A guillotine is a device consisting of two poles and a blade with which a person is beheaded. Now, it was basically a mechanical machine. Let me show you. I'm zooming in this slide. You can see this picture of a guillotine machine. Now, it was a machine, it was a mechanical machine consisting of two poles, two wooden poles, and there was a blade hanging with which a person is supposed to be beheaded. Means a person, a convict's head was supposed to be placed between these two wooden planks, and then a blade was supposed to be dropped from the height, and this is how a person was supposed to be beheaded in public. Now, it was named after Dr. Guillotine, who invented it. So, So the Robespierre pursued his policy so relentlessly that even his supporters began to demand moderation. So he was so relentless, he was so cruel that even the people who were supporting him, who were the members of his political party, who were supporting his ideology, they were also wanting or started demanding moderation. That means somewhat kindness towards the people who were against his ideals. Finally, he was convicted by a court in July 1794, arrested, and on the next day sent to the guillotine. So he himself was found guilty and he was convicted by a court, that tribunal which was formed by him only in July 1794. After that, he was arrested, and on the next day, he was sent to the guillotine. That means the machine with which he used to behead the people who were against his ideology. He himself was guillotined afterward. So, what happened after the death of Robespierre? There was a rule of directory. Now, what it is, we are going to study. The fall of the Jacobin government allowed the wealthier middle classes to seize power. Now, the middle class, the wealthier section, the first tier of the third state means the people who were educated and basically belongs to the class of merchant, businessmen, and it also consists of administrative officials, doctors, lawyers. So they found a chance to seize power. A new constitution was introduced which denied the vote to the non property section of society. Now, this middle class was against giving the voting rights to the non property sections. That means the section who are basically poor and who don't pay any kind of taxes. So, it provided for two elected legislative councils. Now, they have demanded two legislative councils. These then appointed a directory. Now they have formed their new way of forming a government where they appointed a directory. Now directory with a group of five members, executives. Basically, they were the executive and the group of five members to decentralize the power in one hand, just like Maximilian Robespierre. Because Robespierre became the leader after winning the election and he was making all the decision himself. So to decentralize power, they found out this method, they found out this methodology of forming a directory of five members who were supposed to be the executives. Now this was meant as a safeguard against the concentration of power in a one man executive as under the Jacobins. Now, however, the directors often clashed with the legislative council. So there was often a clash of the directors of the directory with the legislative council, who then sought to dismiss them. The political instability of the directory paved the way for the rise of a military dictator, Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, because of the continuous clashes between the directory and the legislative council regarding the decision making, this government also fell, and finally it paved the way for the rise of a military dictator known as the Napoleon Bonaparte. Through all these changes in the form of government, the ideals of freedom, of equality before the law, and of fraternity remained inspiring ideals that motivated political movements in France and the rest of Europe during the following century. Although the government were kept on changing in France, after the fall of monarchy, it became a constitutional monarchy. Then, after constitutional monarchy, it became a republic. Then, finally, a Jacobin government also fell down. Then, this directory rule came, and this was also not successful. Then, it paved way finally for the military dictator known as Napoleon Bonaparte. But what remained common throughout these changes was the ideals which were proposed before the start of the or during the start of the French Revolution by philosophers like Jean Jacques Rousseau, Montesquieu. So the ideals of freedom, of equality, of fraternity, they remained inspiring ideals. They were remained popular among the people, and these ideals were the basis of all the governments which were formed later on. So let's start with the rule of the Napoleon Bonaparte, that is the an army dictator. So in 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte crowned himself Emperor of France. He set out to conquer neighboring European countries, dispossessing dynasties and creating kingdoms where he placed members of his family. Now, Napoleon saw his role as a modernizer of Europe. He introduced many laws such as the protection of private property and a uniform system of weights and measures provided by the decimal system. Initially, many saw Napoleon as a liberator who would bring freedom for the people, but soon the Napoleonic armies came to be viewed everywhere as an invading force. So, Napoleon, now what was his ideology and what was his aim? His aim was to set free the whole of Europe from this aristocracy, from the rule of monarchy, and he wanted to set up a government which was based on the ideals of equality, fraternity, and liberty. So, for that purpose, he kept on conquering neighboring European countries and he dispossessing dynasties. That means he was overthrowing dynasties in everywhere in Europe and he was creating kingdoms of his own where he was placing the members of his family, and he also introduced common system of or a uniform system of weights and measures throughout the territories which he kept on conquering. This is what we are going to study in class 10th in detail. Initially, many saw Napoleon as a liberator, so many welcomed the people all through the Europe or the neighboring nations around France. They welcomed Napoleon because they considered Napoleon as the flag bearer of liberty, flag bearer of democracy, flag bearer of a republic government, flag bearer of the ideals, that is the liberty, equality, fraternity. So they welcomed Napoleon and his army and supported him and his troops to overthrow the kings and queen ruling them. But later on they came to know, and but later on the Napoleon and his troops were supposed to be viewed as an invading force. He was finally defeated at Waterloo in 1815 after including in several wars and winning them. Finally, he was defeated in Waterloo in the year 1815. Many of his measures that carried the revolutionary ideas of liberty and modern laws to other parts of Europe had an impact on people long after Napoleon had left. So, his revolutionary ideas, which he was carrying with himself during his conquest of Europe, it has inspired people, not only of the people of Europe or France, but also the people all across the world, revolutionaries all across the world. The ideas of liberty and democratic rights were the most important legacy of the French Revolution. These spread from France to the rest of Europe during the 19th century, where feudal systems were abolished. Now, colonized people reworked the idea of freedom from bondage into their movements to create a sovereign nation state. Even Tipu Sultan and Raja Ram Mohan Roy are two examples of individuals who responded to the ideas coming from revolutionary France. So these were the two Indian revolutionaries who got inspired with these ideals of the French Revolution, that is the ideals of liberty, equality and fraternity. And this these ideas of French Revolution became the base of revolution carried out throughout the world in different states, in different continents, in different countries. And this French Revolution actually gave the idea of forming a nation state. First time the feeling of nationalism arose in the mind of people after the happening of French Revolution. So we will be studying this nationalism, this growth of rationalism, this rise of nationalism in class 10. But students, in this video we have studied till here only. Now in the next video we are going to discuss the further topics of this chapter. Till then, keep learning, keep watching.